President Buhari assures elimination of all forms of violent crimes in Nigeria. At Kano Ibiam International Airport, Enugu welcomes return of Ethiopian Airlines. Plus, oil palm production in focus as federal government harps on the need to embrace agriculture. Hello, this is Panorama, reaching you live from the NTA Enugu Network Center. I am Mina Adobu-Kobasi. All forms of violent crimes undermining national security and creating fear and anxiety amongst the citizenry will now be eliminated within the ambits of the law. President Muhammadu Buhari gave this assurance in Kaduna at the passing out parade for cadets of 68 regular corps of the Nigerian Defense.
I walk in might. I walk in might. I run through a troop. Jump over the wall. Jump over the wall. I move mountains. I move.
We seem to be having some challenges with our Enugu Network Center at the moment, and Panorama will continue here in Abuja. I'm Ayodeji Makinde. Theater Commander of the Joint Task Force Northeast Operation Hardin K, Major General Christopher Musa, has inaugurated a special and general courts-martial to try 158 personnel accused of committing various offenses. Maimuna Garba reports.
Wavering in his commitment to the execution of his core mandate of training young Nigerians for the armed forces to effectively protect and defend the nation's territorial integrity. Consequently, for the 68 regular corps, 250 out of the nearly 500 cadets that were enrolled 5 years ago passed out of the military institution. They were, amongst others, certified to be of good character, academically sound, unquestionably loyal, and indeed courageous in the face of danger. President Muhammadu Buhari, who acknowledged the security threats bedeviling the nation, including insurgency, banditry, kidnapping, and politically motivated killings, reassured Nigerians that nothing will be left to chance towards getting all the nefarious activities curtailed and completely rid of.
We have received new equipment in our fight against any form of insecurity from our friendly countries. These assets will be deployed to accelerate the fight against insecurity in all parts of the country. I assure you that this government will not be distracted from achieving the main thrust upon which we were elected.
He said a new landing ship tank has also been introduced to bolster the sea lift capability of the Nigerian Navy towards promoting maritime commerce, peace, and safety within the Gulf of Guinea. The president also promised to give vent to the much cherished values of fairness, equity, and justice to the people.
I must also emphasize here that for us to achieve peaceful, prosperous, and democratic country that will attract foreign investors, we must be law-abiding, committed, and promoters of peaceful coexistence. This is a collective responsibility which will definitely yield the Nigeria of our dreams.
While wishing the young officers great success in their chosen career, President Buhari believes that with the training acquired, they are now in good state to meet whatever lies ahead in the contemporary security environment described as uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. The young graduating officers who distinguished themselves during the training session were given awards, with S.E. Koyaya carting home the Sword of Honor as the best all-round cadet.
Muhammadu Buhari.
And the young officers were formally commissioned and decorated with their new ranks of second lieutenant for the Army, sub-lieutenant for the Navy, and pilot officers for the Air Force.
Congratulations.
President Buhari also administered oath of allegiance on the newly commissioned officers. With its motto, loyalty and valor, the Nigerian Defense Academy has so far graduated 20,880 officers, including nearly 500 from sister African countries. Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
That report actually was by Adamu Sambu and President Muhammadu Buhari at the passing out parade of cadets of the 68th regular course of the Nigerian Defense Academy. Now let's go back to our earlier report of Maimuna Garba, where she'll be telling us about the inauguration of Special and General Courts Martial.
And General Courts Martial inaugurated are expected to sit in Maiduguri with 158 accused personnel whose case files are already before the courts, while another General Court Martial 2 is filed for inauguration in Damaturu Sector 2 Operation Hadinkai. Out of the 158 accused personnel to be tried, 28 are officers while 130 are soldiers. According to the Theater Commander Operation Hadinkai, Major General Christopher Musa, court-martial trials are regimental and judicial exercise meant to sustain discipline in the military. The theater commander said emphasis shall be laid on statute laws and traditional military regimentation with due adherence to fair hearing as enshrined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended.
It's not joyful for us to see our commanders, personnel, our juniors being prosecuted. But because we have a duty, we are duty bound to do that. It is not easy for anybody that is in the theater has sacrificed so much to be here. So it is important for the courts to do the needful.
Major General Musa further implored the courts to diligently discharge their duties with strict guidance by the need to do justice to the accused persons. In Maiduguri, Maimuna Garba, NTA News.
To ensure accuracy of data in the ongoing evaluation of bitumen deposits in the country, the Nigerian Geological Survey Agency is improving the capacity of its technical staff on blowouts and other hazards preventions in Ogun State. Joel Bokwola reports that this is to ensure best practice and maximize the gains of bitumen value chain.
The Geological Service Agency is currently evaluating the bitumen potentials of the country. To ensure an efficient and reliable data of bitumen deposits, the agency is training its technical staff on global best practice in drilling to prevent blowouts and other hazards. The training is also geared towards ensuring sustenance of the momentum in the exploration of bitumen. Participants demonstrated their new skill in blowouts and other hazard prevention. Samples of bitumen were showcased as a confirmation of the successful exploration. The Director, Regional Geology Department, Nigerian Geological Survey Agency, said the training will improve bitumen exploration and ensure accurate data.
What we are doing today is actually enhancing the capacity of our drilling crew so that they will be able to drill in line with best practices and ensure that the data, geoscientific data that is being generated will be sufficient enough to attract investments.
The output, the result of completion of the core process is going to be enhanced and robust more than what they have been doing before.
A total of 11 sites have so far been explored in Ogun State, with bitumen deposits in 8 of them. In Ijebu-Ode, Joel Bukbola, NTA News.
Now let's re-establish contact with our Enugu Network Center, where Mina is still there to give us the rest of Panorama. Over to you, Mina.
Thanks. For almost 2 years since the disruption of flight operations due to COVID-19 impacts, the Akanu Ibiam International Airport, Enugu, has welcomed the return of Ethiopian Airlines, which started operations at the airport 8 years ago. The landing of the aircraft has signaled international passengers and cargo operations at the airport. Enugu is the 4th station of operation for Ethiopian Airlines in Nigeria. The return of the airline is expected to serve as a supply hub for goods and passengers going to the major markets in the southeast. The Enugu Enugu State House of Assembly has summoned 16 MDAs who have been receiving allocations without submitting their audited reports for over 15 years to appear before the House for onward review. This is coming after receiving a report on public accounts and anti-corruption. Comfort Ayim, who was at the Thursday sitting, also reports that multiple collection of levies and extortion was amongst other reports received.
Chairman House Committee on Public Accounts presented the two reports on public accounts and anti-corruption on the annual report of the Auditor General on the accounts of the government of Enugu State for the years ended December 31, 2018 and 2019.
After careful consultations, the committee arrived at the following. That due process was strictly observed by the Accountant General in preparing the state annual accounts before it was forwarded to the Auditor General for review, who in turn followed the same procedure in submitting the report to the House of Assembly.
Paul Nnajiofor moved a motion for adoption, seconded by Ethel Ugwani. Deliberations followed where Speaker of the House, having received the report, said the 16 MDAs are to be summoned to appear before the House in batches.
2 and 5 of the Council of Federal Government of Nigeria, 19 and 10 as amended. The reports of the General and Annual Account of the Enugu State Government for the year ended 31 December 2018 and 2019 respectively together with these financial statements have been scrutinized and found correct, will now accepted and adopted. Those in favor say aye.
The 16 MDAs to appear in the first batch are Entraco, Waste Management Authority, Enugu State Tourism Board, ESBS, NCEC, Scholarship Board, among others. The second report presented and received borders on extortion and multiple collection of levies in Enugu urban local government areas and other connected matters. In Enugu, Comfort Ayim, NT News.
We'll take a break here. Panorama continues in just a moment. Stay with us.
The vaccine offers hope for a safe country free of coronavirus. I urge all state governments, traditional and religious leaders to take the lead in the mobilization effort within their environment and spheres of influence. I similarly urge all eligible Nigerians to present themselves and be vaccinated in accordance with the order of priority already mapped out at the various authorized designated centers only.
Back, the federal government, through its ministry and the Anchor Borrowers Program of the Central Bank of Nigeria, has reduced by 22% the money lost by importation of palm oil for local consumption as well as industrial use. This was at a capacity building workshop organized for oil palm farmers in Enugu State. Chinenwe now reports.
Oil palm is a perennial crop which serves as a raw material for pharmaceutical industries, biomass and biodiesel. However, with the discovery of oil, attention shifted from agriculture. And while many looked forward to crude oil as the economic backbone of the nation, a barrel of palm oil is more expensive than a barrel of crude oil. Nigeria began to lose about $500 million every year importing palm oil for local production. The federal government is, however, bridging this gap with its many intervention programs, which has reduced the money lost to importation of palm oil by 22%. The workshop for oil palm farmers, however, became necessary to build their capacities on nursery and field establishment, harvesting and marketing, among others.
This administration is, poised to diversify the economy from so dependent on oil to non-oil sector. Oil palm played a very major role in the economy of this nation.
Key players in the agricultural sector believe that with the laid down strategies for the realization of the objectives of the oil palm value chain, which included production and distribution of improved Tenera oil palm sprouted nuts for raising matured seedlings, and promoting the use of motorized harvester, Nigeria will bounce back to its global position as one of the countries with the largest oil palm production.
But naturally, oil palm grows here. We don't need to do much work. Just know the techniques, have new knowledge. And therefore has done a lot of research. They have improved seedlings now that we have access to. They give us this training that we did so badly.
Lack of funding, access to improved oil palm seedlings and improved milling systems were, however, named as some factors that could affect palm oil production. In Enugu, Chinenye, NTA News.
And that report forms our background for discussion on Panorama today. And with me in the studio to expand the discourse is Mr. Matthew Edu, Enugu State Commissioner for Agriculture. Sir, you're welcome to Panorama.
Thank you very much.
All right, so what's your general impression of the state of oil palm production in Nigeria at the moment?
Well, as we know, oil palm production has been the mainstay of Nigerian economy in the past. Well, at a point we left oil palm production, maybe as a result of the presence of crude oil. But I will tell you today, we are coming back to what we know how to do best. Nigeria is improving in oil palm production.
All right, sir. You know, things like high cost of land, access to improved variety of oil palm seedlings and other things seem to be a recurrent issue for oil palm, farmers in the country. What efforts are you making in that direction?
Land for oil palm production is not. It's a crop that is a perennial crop that lasts for long, if not if forever, if I should say. So land for it, of course, should not be used for other things in the near future. So for you to get land for oil palm, it must be a long-lasting something. So you need to make sure that you own the land or you lease the land for a very long time. Because our land system, our land tenure system mostly does not allow this. So it's a problem. But I will tell you, people are breaking these jinx.
All right, processing is key to consumption. And what's your plan for processing, oil palm processing facility in the state?
Oil palm production is in the Anchor Borrowers program of the Central Bank of Nigeria. And a lot of individuals have keyed in their private position in oil palm production. And processing is a very serious aspect in the CBN Anchor Borrowing program. So people are also being empowered at the processing level, just as they are at the production level. So processing is not an issue, but you start production before you go into processing. So CBN is helping to see that the processing plants and machineries necessary for that are ready.
Okay.
A lot of individuals have keyed into that.
Okay. Let's look at the quality of oil palm. Adulteration has been a problem. Consumers have been complaining. Do you have a mechanism in place to checkmate the quality of oil before it gets to the market?
Yeah, you see, in adulteration, it depends on the individuals that are marketing this, most especially the middle people.
Okay.
A lot of things have been adulterated just because of the way we do our things. Machinery for that has been in place. And I'll tell you that with respect to this immediate and ongoing revitalization of oil palm production. A lot of mechanisms are being put in place to checkmate it, because we are not only stopping at the local level, we're also looking at exporting our oil. And you cannot export oil that are adulterated. So these mechanisms are being put in place to make sure that we are out of that.
As a ministry, sir, let's share in some of the challenges you encounter and the cause of trying to checkmate the activities of oil palm producers in the state.
Today, like I said, CBN is into it, and a lot of individuals in Enugu State have keyed in. We as a ministry were in close touch with NIFOR. From NIFOR, we've got the Tenera improved seedlings that almost close to 50 to 100 individual farmers in Enugu State have keyed into. In fact, I want to tell you that in Enugu we have planted no less than 120,000 stands of Tenera seedlings, just done by individuals. And they are collaborating with the government.
So your final advice to oil palm producers in the state, sir?
Yeah, my advice is to be on it, for many others to come in, because we are back to what we know how to do. The Southeastern region knows how to do this.
Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you.
All right, I've been speaking with Mr. Matthew Idu, Enugu State Commissioner for Agriculture. Moving on, the Association of Heads of Federal Establishments in Enugu has visited a charity home to encourage and show love to children living with disabilities. James Obarikocha reports.
A visit to the Luisa Charity Home reveals all manner of disabilities among children. It is in sympathy of their condition that the Association of Heads of Federal Establishments, Enugu chapter, visited the Luisa Charity Home with some gift items to them.
Today we decided to come to Mother Luisa Charity Home. We heard so much about the place, the children, the deformed children with disabilities, and decided to bring some of what you have here to encourage the charity home.
They really need help. That's why we chose this place, at least to support them.
There are many children with disabilities in various charity homes and even along the streets in Enugu. James Oparikocha, NTA News.
Now, update on COVID-19. 137 new cases of COVID-19 has been confirmed in Nigeria, with Lagos recording the highest number of 46, followed by FCT at 35, Kaduna has 20, Benue 13, Oyo 9, while Kano and Rivers tie at 6 cases each. Ekiti and Nasarawa also tied at 1 case each, bringing the total number of cases to 207,616. However, 195,132 cases has been discharged, while number of deaths is put at 2,745. And that's it on Panorama from the NTA Enugu Network Center. We thank you so much for being part of it all. Remember to join the NTA as we stand against rape and rapists. To have a lovely day.